This is Chelsea. We're here at Amazing Houston Comic Con with the amazing Bombshell King and Lucia. How are you?
Good, very good. How are you?
I'm great. How are you enjoying your time today so far?
It's been great. The crowd has been really excited, and it's been a good show so far. So,
Can you tell the fans how you got started just in drawing?
yeah, I've been drawing since I was a little kid, and so I went to college for graphic design and fine arts. So once I graduated, I went into graphic design as a full-time job, and I did illustration a little bit for my job, but also on the side for fun. And I started exhibiting with some of my artwork, and DC Collectibles was the first to discover me at one of the shows, and then we just started talking about this project, and that was kind of the birth of the DC Bombshells. So.
Well, the news has come out that they're actually launching a comic book series to go with this. Can you tell us anything about it?
Yeah, I think the second issue just came out this week. Marguerite Bennett is the writer on it. Marguerite Savage did the first issue, or the first three chapters, I believe. And it's amazing. When we started the Bombshells, it was for the statue line. And so we were coming up with ideas and brainstorming ideas for each character, but there wasn't an overarching story for each one of them. So what Marguerite Bennett has done is just incredible, and creating this world around the characters that we just initially designed. So,
Can you give us any spoilers or any hints about what's coming?
oh gosh, I can't think of anything. What's cool about the comic book is you get these little individual stylized stories for each character, and then there's an overarching storyline that's kind of laying itself out. But I don't know that I'm allowed to tell you much more than that. So.
Did you ever expect the Bombshells to ever be widely accepted and for it to take off in cosplay the way that it has?
No, not at all. When I first started working on the collectible line, I thought maybe we'd just do a handful of them, and we really only talked about four initially, and the popularity took off, and we're still creating new designs right now. So it's been really fun to watch how the fans have, taken off with it, and it's become something bigger than I ever expected.
There's actually a poison ivy bombshell running around. I don't know if you've seen her or
I
not.
saw her. I've seen a few bombshells this weekend, and I think there's going to be a group tomorrow. So yeah, it's always exciting to see their, creations and
It's exciting for me because you actually have characters that are actually members of bands. Have you had anybody come up to you and like try to sing a song to you?
not yet, not yet, but I'd love to hear it.
Okay, do you have a series outside of this that maybe you're working on that you can tell us about?
Right now, I'm just continuing to work on the Bombshells comic book and the statue line, and that's really all that's on my plan for right now. I've got all kinds of ideas, but we'll see what happens down the road.
Can you give us any hints about maybe what some of those ideas are?
Um, I've always been a fan of vintage pinup and this style of artwork. So, there's a long list of characters that I haven't done that I would love to do. So, we'll see. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, as an artist, do you have any suggestions for anybody that maybe wants to get into illustration or drawing?
Yeah, I think it's a passion more than a talent. To me, it's great to have some talent in it, but you've got to do a lot of work, and you've got to stick to it, and you've got to draw constantly to get to where you want to be. And for me, it was never about getting to this certain level. It was about doing their artwork, and if other people loved it, great. And it's always exciting to see someone else get excited about your work. But really, I did it for myself first. So I would recommend be happy with what you're doing for yourself, And then if you're passionate enough about it, other people are going to notice. So.
Can you elaborate on maybe your process and tell us maybe the steps you go through to coming up with a new idea and then all the way to the finished product?
Yeah, yeah. Well, with the Bombshell line, we did a lot of research on clothing of the time period. Um, I've always been a fan of vintage pinup artwork and stuff, so a lot of my styles and poses and stuff are inspired from from that vintage work. Um, so when I start, I usually do a few concept sketches of poses and styles, or concepts on some of their clothing fashion, and then we'll get together and decide which route we want to go and which would work best for the statue. Um, Once that's done, I do kind of a little bit more finalized drawing. After that, it's all built in Adobe Illustrator. So that's basically the process.
One last, maybe risque kind of question. Who is your favorite pinup girl that you draw your inspiration from?
Oh gosh, I would have to say it's more artists than pinup girls. I mean, obviously, some of these we thought it would be fun to kind of go on that Betty Page style, look to them. But my most the pinup artist that I'm most inspired by is George Petty, and his style just had more of a graphic appeal to it. So.
Well, thank you so much. We enjoyed talking with you today. And this has been Chelsea at Amazing Houston Comic Con. Keep it epically real.